Good morning, Internet. My name is Attack Slug, and this is Luna, the Shadow Dust, launching at some point this summer on the PC. It is a hand-drawn point-and-click adventure game. Let us watch the intro and then hop in here and play for a little bit. So much like Machinarium and games of that ilk, this game does not have any dialogue. There is no, speech bubbles. There is no text to speak of. It is all visual, and you are figuring out these puzzles visually. So, I love the hand-drawn aesthetic. I'm not sure how I feel about the bunny ears, but I do love the weirdness. And you'll see what it gets into here in a bit. It does get a bit esoteric and bizarre, and I love that. That is just my favorite thing. So here we go, walking through here, and just this door in the middle of nowhere. Let's just knock on the door. Say, hey, what's cracking? Nothing for nobody. Alright? But, oh, lantern's lit. Let's try it again. Somebody's home. Let's try it again and get another cutscene. So the crux of this game seems to be climbing this tower. To what end? I do not know. But that seems to be, as of thus far, you can see by this screen here, you were kind of going floor by floor, solving these puzzles and advancing through the game. So here we are, a bunch of murals here, and they'll fill in for a little bit, so obviously it's starting out quite simple in terms of how you need to solve the puzzles, but the audio cues here are important, because if you walk away here before it goes, then it won't actually stay, and having all of these lit up is important to it actually staying. Because if you just kind of sit here and go, alright, that's cool, it's filling in, and you walk away, it stops filling in. So it is important to kind of say, alright, click on that, and then watch it fill in, and do its thing, and wait for the audio cue. So, in a game with no dialogue, it is important to pay attention to those kinds of things. There it is. So, that's number 2. And then some kind of a sea creature, sea demon, something or other, over here is gonna try to eat this dude with a sword. I don't know, man. Is this here? Is this the tower that we're currently in? Is this giving us the story of what happened to this tower in the past? Perhaps. Obviously, you know, things to pay attention to in the game. So, let's get one more here, fill it in, and that might be the current day here in this desert that we were just in here with these branches. And that, my friends, will fill out this story, and then fill out this giant mural, and then unlock the door for us, which is obviously the thing to do here, is unlock this door. So, heading off into the next floor. You'll see it goes back to the map, and you'll see you're climbing to the next floor, and so you have to wonder, how tall is this tower? Is this game completely confined to this tower, or does it get even weirder than it already is? So here we are, the first kind of, hey, this is a point-and-click adventure game. You start clicking on things to find out what they do. Things don't necessarily have to have a meaning, but obviously you want them to have a meaning. So let's see here and click on that. Lower this lamp. Does that help us at all? Not really. Is the door locked? Of course it is. Of course it is. So actually, let's get to that lamp, because that is part of this puzzle, which is turning off this lamp. Alright, and then, oh look, we got red, yellow, and blue. So turn the lamp back on, and this up here is yellow, so there are 2 here, and so you go, alright, red, and then head over here and click blue. So, you know, contextual type things that you would get in this genre of game. Come on. There it is. And look at that. Look at that. We figured it out. So, door opens, and you move on to the next floor. And obviously, it gets more complex from there. But I do kind of like games when you start out in these kind of games where it gives you kind of a singular room to focus on, because you know that has to be in there somewhere. When things start getting overly complex in this genre, where it's, you know, you're managing multiple rooms, that's where it kind of tends to fall apart for me. But here we find our friend, which is a big component of this game. So, some kind of cat, raccoon, creature, something. Now I have the option to control either one or the other. And honestly, my main complaint in this game thus far is just how slow they walk. Because obviously, you have tiny little legs, you're gonna walk a little bit slower. I get it, that's fine, but if they could speed it up just a smidgen, would be ideal for just puzzle-solving purposes, for me anyway. So here we go. Now we have 2 of them, and they can cooperate, and obviously I already know what to do here, having already played through this demo once. So, hop you up here, then switch over to my little dude here, and then come and get this bit of beardness, which I want to say was... click this? No. I move this. Head over here to this bushel of apples, which you can have up here and get those into here and make apple juice. So push this all the way over here, because you need additional spots for this creature to walk on, and then pop back to the creature, hop onto the apples, hop up, 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 like so. And actually, it is important to use this bin of apples, because you want to get this thing up here down. So, bring the apples over here, and then do some of this, get the steam in the system, right? Steam in the system. Then, once the steam is in the system, we move it around, and then we hit the lever, and that brings the apples into the machine, and switch over to this little, our little friend here, as this does this, and then hop up here, right? And then that'll be up here, and then we kind of move this thing back with, yep, here. I'm not sure what that's supposed to signify, but whatever. And then move this thing back, and oh, look at that. We can progress with our little cat friend, and then head out the window into this area. So, gonna head down, and honestly, all you need to do here is just head over to the door and move the thing. But as you can see, he walks kind of very, little tiny legs. I get it, but he walks kind of slow, and that's been kind of like, all right, no, I get it. Here's the puzzle, and let me go finish the puzzle. So now the door is open. Yep, we did it. And then head up the ladder and onto the next bit of business. But yes, again, because they're separate, you have to do them both separately, and it takes a little bit to jump all the way up this ladder, and you're kind of like, alright, no, I get it. It's cute, I get it, but come on now. Come on now. So, eventually he'll get there, and then you can move on to the next room. But you kind of get the idea. this is the final room of the demo, I believe. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, right? But I do want to give you a little bit of a taste of how this game gets a little bit weird, right? So switch over to our little friend here. There's a hole in the wall. Head through that hole in the wall, right? And then where the hell are we? Oh my god, we've entered into the metaphysical realm. There are these giant shadow things in the sky that you can kind of go into their hands, and it will give them a face. And what is happening? What is happening? Alright, so that happens, and then you go over to your guy here, back in the room, and everything's lit up here, and then it's, alright, move these until you actually reach the appropriate thing to light up these things up in the upper realm. So I want to say that he was using the paper one. You're corresponding what's on this painting here, and then that lights up like that. So that's kind of the idea. You get all four of those, you move on, and that is the end of the demo for Luna, coming out on Steam at some point in the summer. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.